Good morning, Lana Scott Lighthouse. Guys, welcome back to my channel. I have to apologize. I had a viral infection for about 4 days there. Went to the hospital with 101 fever. They gave me 4 Tylenol and sent my butt home. So we're much better today. Guys, I'm going to start working my channel just a little bit differently. I'm going to start pulling, I'm going to continue to pull the Lightworkers cards for you guys. I'm also going to continue to pull the mediumship cards and do readings. I'm trying to get back into a regular schedule. Like I said, I've been sick and I've been working 2 jobs, and I'm just going to have to go with how the universe is telling me to do things. So the first thing I wanted to do, I wanted y'all to know I meditated on everything this morning, and I have discovered that I can, when I pull the Lightworkers Oracle, I also have this other deck that's called Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. That seems to be a good companion to the Lightworker Oracle. Okay, and I don't know if it's always going to work together, but today it did. So what I've got is, first of all, we have Share Your Voice, which I kind of use this as a personal card, but I always feel like even if I pull something that seems personal, I know I'm not the only one, so I always like to share those messages, because sometimes what resonates for, me, I feel like may resonate for others as well, too. I can't be the only one going through it. So today we've got Share Your Voice. And this card is telling me, with it going along with the other card that I pulled, because for the Lightworkers, I pulled Orbs of Light. So I feel like what this is telling me today is that some of you may have been experiencing some things that you're trying to internalizing, that you're trying to figure out what they mean for you, okay, and how to go about interpreting it and figuring out how it's working in your life. So when I pulled the Share Your Voice first, and then I pulled the Orbs of Light. So if some of you are actually seeing Orbs of Light, and me and my niece experienced this. If any of y'all have been watching me for a while, I shared a video of my niece that has passed away, that we experienced some really strong energy when she started going through the last phase of her, which I've done some research on it, guys. She was going through the last phase of her spiritual awakening, which was really scary for her, which led to her doing some things that were, not the best, but it's because she didn't understand what was going on. So if some of you are starting to get spiritual guides, Orbs of Light, I feel like you're on the last leg of your spiritual awakening. And if you look in this card of this Share Your Voice, you'll also see there's also Orbs of Light in this card. I don't know if y'all can see that or not up here at the top. And I haven't been experiencing Orbs of Light myself personally, but I've been getting more messages, okay? So I'm just wanting to point that out. And guys, this Orbs of Light, it feels like some of you are having more intuitive hits, more spiritual guidance coming in for you, helping you to figure out what the universe is saying yes to and what the universe is saying no to you, what's personal for you on your journey, where you're meant to go, and maybe even adding more depth to your day-to-day life, closer towards the 5D, and experiencing things in this Pluto in Aquarius energy that is starting to make the light around you a lot brighter. Does that make sense? I feel like the universe is telling us that more angels are walking by your side, more of your spiritual counselors are walking by your side, and some of you who are highly intuitive are seeing these Orbs of Light around you, or you're seeing how when they're near you, you're seeing how it's playing out, because you're seeing what they're telling you and then seeing something come about in your physical reality, okay? And I'm talking about actually maybe seeing some things, maybe have intuitive hits where somebody's seeing something and all of a sudden you feel like you've got to tell someone that you're seeing, like you're getting a message of somebody or something that something might happen. Maybe your abilities are opening up on your path, that people you're meant to help are coming, or you're coming to crossroads where you're intersecting with these people. Remember I used to talk about that divine spark? That's also that divine spark Guys, hang on just a second. Guys, I have cats. I have 2 cats. We're in a small space, and Sage is just wanting to do a little running around the house this morning. She's putting some good kitty cat energy out there. So, like I was saying, so maybe some of you are seeing, getting intuitive hits where you're getting premonitions of something that's going to happen, or maybe one of your angels is touching your shoulder, or one of your spirit guides is saying, hey, go talk to this person over here, or go stop this person from crossing the street because there's a car going to, you're preventing something, or you're helping to someone else to see the light. You're helping someone to, in some sort of way, you're doing something, or you do something because you're being guided by one of these orbs or one of your spirit guides or angels, and you're being told to talk to them or say something to them to change the course of their life, change the course of your life, prevent something from happening, or even to cause something better to happen than would have happened before. You're listening to your intuitive hits because your angels and your ancestors, or even your own spiritual guides, are walking by your side, and you're seeing them, and you're seeing it happen more and more frequently in your life. Does that make sense? I hope I'm being clear on that. I'm not always, I'm just trying to tell you what I'm seeing with this card, okay? I am going to start doing a little bit more reading from about the cards themselves, because they're telling me to. Not everybody's going to like a reader, but I also see a lot of people do more reading on their channels to give a more clear message if they feel like you need the information. So this one is talking about, the Orbs of Light is talking about the spiritual worlds delivering a message that you may have already heard through telepathic reception and mistaking it for your own thought. Now, Santero did a reading one time and said, when are your thoughts not your own? Guys, when she did that reading and I started going through my spiritual awakening, I started realizing a lot of times my own thoughts are not mine. They are my spiritual guides coming through. Like maybe my ears will ring and a couple of hours later I'll hear the voice, or I'll understand what the message was, because I don't feel it on an intuitive level, but I'll hear it in my head. And that's having those telepathic abilities. That's having mediumship abilities. That's having, a passed on loved one come in and go, hey, I'm one of your spirit guides now, and I'm giving you a message. And you actually hear their voice, or another voice, or even your own voice, and you think something that you go, well, where'd that thought come from? If you're having those thoughts, they are giving you information and wanting you to pay attention to it, okay? So it's inspired by your higher guidance, those spiritual beings that love you without condition, and that can be angels, ancestors, passed on loved ones, new spirit guides coming in for you, lineage angels. And I don't hear anyone else talk about lineage angels. And what I call lineage angels are those that have been following your family's progression as it has built and expanded through the different marriages, relationships, babies being born. And I feel like, just like everyone has their own personal guardian angel, I feel like we have lineage angels as well, or maybe those are even the same beings of light that are looking for those higher intuitive beings and helping to guide them on their intuitive path of how they're meant to change and shape the future of humanity through inspiring you through your own divine action. Does that make sense? Okay, so I feel like some of you, these Orbs of Light card, are starting to see that divine guidance and understand it in a way you never have before. Does that make sense? Okay, you are being highly divinely guided as we go more into this Pluto and Aquarius energy. Okay, and I feel like, guys, I personally feel a huger gap between the people that are meant to guide, that are more in tune to the spiritual side, than those that are in the concrete jungles and that's not to say that if you're in a concrete jungle, and I mean the bigger cities, that you're not being divided, because there's these spiritual counselors are everywhere, okay? And the more that you are in tune to your spiritual guidance, the more you can help others who are so grounded and rooted in day-to-day living that they can't, won't, or are not heeding the message they get. And you're there to help guide them as an intermediate person between the spiritual world and the people that are newer souls. They're telling me. So take that how it resonates, okay? I feel like we're all on our own path, but I feel like this is how a lot of light workers are starting to shed their light, shine their light, be the beacon that they're meant to be, okay? So this is talking about being the possibility to pray without realizing it, that the universe is listening, that when you ask your higher guidance to help you, that sometimes we ask for guidance without even consciously realizing it, because our higher self steps in and says, hey, I'm going to nudge you and tell you to ask for guidance that is going to come in from something even higher than your higher self, because each one of us is a little tiny particle in the whole universe. Okay, does that make sense? We're all little beings of light, and when you die, your physical body goes, but you are still a spiritual being. Okay, and I'll be honest with y'all, a lot of times when I've seen and had my own visions in my own life, and my higher self has been the one that's been involved, I always see myself at least 6 feet away. So we are a physical being inside a spiritual one that is at least 6 feet out. And I say this because every time I've seen myself in something that divinely happened to me, I was a good 6 feet away. When I go back and remember it, like the day my cat died and I went to his grave and I could see him in my mind's eye, my higher self, right? When I remembered that, I'm like 6 feet away. I see the back of me and the back of the cat walking out to his grave, because my higher self is observing my physical self, right? Because your physical self's one day not going to be here no more, but your higher self will be. So that's how big your energy is, okay? So every time you think about that, every time you're in an elevator, right? Your energy is encompassing, and everyone else's energy, everyone's energy is combined. Guys, that's the mystery, actually. That is, we're all connected, okay? But think about that for a minute. Everybody in an elevator. What is that, 6 feet by 6 feet? Or 10, 12 feet by 12? I don't know how big an elevator actually is, but think about that. Our energy is expansive. So your higher self is telling you it's connecting to the divine and bringing you messages, all right? We pray sometimes without realizing, or our higher self connects to the divine, and then you get the messages, okay? Because sometimes if you're worried about something, that's how it works, okay? The universe does answer even when you're praying and don't realize that you're asking for guidance. Because, sometimes we do get worried about small things, big things, and everything in between, okay? And personally, I think that these sometimes, orbs of light usually only show up on cameras. So guys, if they only show up on cameras, does that not mean that one could be around you right now? Think about that. Seriously, think about that. Okay? When you get these thoughts that are not your own sometimes, it's because a passed on loved one, your personal spiritual angel, your ancestor could be right around you. Okay? And I've been picking up these little messages for the past week and a half, 2 weeks. It feels like things are shifting and changing again. Even while I was sick, they kept talking to me, and I even actually at one point said, "Guys, I can't do anything. I'm sick." And like the third day I was sick, I heard, "Yes, we know that you're sick, but we're still giving you the messages because you're still here." Okay, guys, so you're still going to get messages. So orbs of light are around you. They're spiritual beings that love you. They contain information and energies that help answer questions and worries through the intelligence and love of the higher spiritual realms. This information comes through songs. And guys, I've been saying this repeatedly. Songs, phases, overheard conversations, songs on the radio, letters, seeing a sign. I used to see signs on the side of the highway in Mississippi. I saw one time that said, "Are you ready?" Like about 6 months before I sold my house, and said, "I'm out of here." Okay? Are you ready? So guys, look at the signs and synchronicities around you. They're all around you. If you meditate every day, I suggested this recently, if you meditate for 5 minutes a day, you are going to start seeing those signs and synchronicities. Did any of you do that challenge? Did any of you do that challenge of that 5 minutes a day? Right? Guys, I'm telling you, within a week, you're going to start seeing more signs and synchronicities because you've raised your spiritual vibration. Okay? Orbs are always around us, but they can be more concentrated in quantity and quality in certain places at certain times, including when your energy is in a particularly soft, receptive, high frequency rate. They gravitate towards high energy, right? More meditation. That's why more signs and synchronicities get through. Okay? It doesn't mean you have to be on the go constantly. Higher energy can be created when you're very still by raising your frequency to a higher vibration rate, regularly meditating on love and healing. You can place yourself in a state that is more attractive to orbs of light by relaxing, opening your heart, and feeling good. Guys, especially when you're depressed, focus on feeling good. Focus on, like, replaying in your mind periods of time that made you really, really happy. A birthday surprise, a sudden visit from a friend you hadn't seen in a while, a place where you were traveling around and all of a sudden you saw something, a beautiful sunrise, a beautiful sunset. Focus on things that made you feel joy to bring that closer to you, okay? That's what that message is all about. So it also says you can most likely perceive them in a state which can be fun and beautiful. They're often seen in photographs where they're small balls of light. If they're enhanced and magnified, and I did not know this, guys, I didn't know this, so let me share this with you. If they are enhanced and magnified, patterns, symbols, and faces can sometimes be seen within them. Would that not be cool? I wonder if I couldn't do some still frames of those videos that I did with Erin before she passed away with those orbs of light. What would I see in them? Might actually try that one day. All right, so this is part of the loving genius of the spiritual world, that light can reach the earth in form, helping to raise a frequency from fear to love. Being in nature and doing some invocations to unconditional love creates energy that's very attractive to orbs. So this is saying, so if a group work is based in such love, such as meditating with a clear space in nature, then dancing and praying together in that space with joyful attraction to love, this attracts higher level guidance, because a group can be a powerful generator, right? Okay, and hold the higher frequencies of love. Now, you can do this by yourself, especially if you're a person that tends to work alone and doesn't talk about your spiritual practices to other people. Guys, it doesn't matter. You can even find one other person. Two people make a mini group, right? Because there's no longer just one. So groups can be in all sizes. It just depends on what your mindset is and what you're working on in your life at this time. This attracts high-level guidance. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go. Okay. This can happen for individuals, but group energy is powerful and effective to attract a great downpour of spiritual grace. Clearing the energy of your home, incense, and calling in higher guidance to bless you in your home each day, perhaps with the invocation below. But I'm going to read y'all the invocation. You can go back later, slow down the video, and write it down for yourself. We'll also create a space in which orbs of light can more easily visit you, bringing their uplifting energy and healing light. To access the information of these orbs of light, be open to seeing them more clearly, rather directly with your own energetic vision, through clairvoyance or through photographs or other means. You can use the invocation below. So guys, this is the invocation. I call upon the unconditionally loving orbs of light. Please bring me information, healing, energy, and joy as I open my heart to the loving presence of the higher spiritual worlds here and now. I ask to see, feel, and know the loving intelligence of the orbs of light in ways that are relaxing, encouraging, joyful, and kind. I ask for the orbs of light to bring peace and blessing to this space, to consecrate it as sacred, and to protect it so that only energies of light, love, and higher consciousness may enter. May the unconditionally loving orbs of light bless all those who can benefit from their presence. Through divine love and my own free will, so be it. Guys, because I'm pagan, I like to say, so mote it be. And then focus on that. Okay? So that is the raise your voice and the orbs of light message. Guys, how many of you are seeing orbs of light? How many of you are seeing just even a little spark out of the corner of your eye, even without a photograph? Some of you may actually, like when me and Erin did that video, she could see them around her. I could not. And she would tell me, there goes one here, see one go there, see one's going there. I couldn't see them, but she could. Okay? So guys, for those of you that are getting this extra information, you are not wrong. You are right on. I want you to know that. Okay? Now, I am going to pull just a couple of the runes. Are there any messages here for anybody that might be listening, that an orb of light or a passed on loved one or passed on anyone that wants to give to anyone? The good come in, the bad stay out. Any passed on loved ones or anyone want to come through and give a message to anyone that might be seeing this to confirm or deny anything for them? So I have relief from distress, opening. So guys, I feel like they're saying that they're again reiterating the message that some of you are seeing orbs of light. Some of you are seeing maybe some passed on loved ones or ancestors come in for you. They're saying you're right. I'm going to pull these off to the side. I'm going to see. I'm doing everything a little bit differently right now, guys. I'm just kind of going with my instincts here, what they're saying and telling me. So some of you are, some of you might not be seeing them yet, but you're getting ready to, they're saying. Oh, we have birth. Okay, so, some of you are, here, let me show y'all. So we have, the first one we had was relief from distress. So if some of you feel like some of your messages are not coming through, they're getting ready to come through for you, and you might start seeing those orbs of light or feel that passed on loved one coming in. Because then we have Keena's opening, okay? And then we have birth. So some of you, they're saying, are getting ready to start having more spiritual, you're going to start, they're showing me third eyes opening up. They're showing me that some of you are already seeing it and you're not sure. They're saying this is confirmation. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, they're saying. Okay, guys? And then we got M for movement. And it's actually reversed. And I feel like they're saying for some of you it's reversed, for some of you it's not. They're saying for those of you that there is no movement, they're saying it's going to take a little bit of time. And you're going to see it, but they're telling you that it's going to be a little bit of time before you get the information, then what to do with it. Okay? Take that how it resonates. That's not for everybody. They're saying if it's right side up, for some of you that will have movement, okay, they're saying you're going to know what to do with it because you've already gotten the guidance. So some of you, everyone's on their different journey, right? So some of you, like, the journey starts here. The journey, it never ends, but in a certain time frame, so everyone's on their different path. Some of you are back here, some of you here, okay? So they're telling me that for some of you, the movement's already going. You've already gotten the information. You know what to do with it. Others of you, you're getting the orbs of light, but you haven't gotten the information of where to go yet. So it's going to be different for everybody, okay? And then we have Manas, which is going from microcosm and macrocosm. It's some of you, they're saying new abilities are coming in. Some of you are moving more towards shamanist type of abilities. Some of you are moving more to, how do I interpret that? Okay. Some of you are already getting downloads of where to go on your journey or how you're interpreting what you're seeing. Some of you are getting, okay, so they're saying some of you are already getting psychic visions of where to go, and if you weren't sure before, now you know because you're having the psychic dreams, and now you're starting to get those, they're starting to show up in your waking life. So if you've been unsure, but you have something tugging at you, they're saying, because they're showing me something else that's happened. So they're saying that some of you that are having psychic dreams are going to start showing up in your waking life, and you're going to start having little nudges to where to go or who to help. What's the next step to take? Guys, they're just showing me little pictures. Some of you are going to have full mediumship abilities come out. Some of you are going to have different clairs come out. And some of you where everything's been really, really slow, all of a sudden, pow, it's going to happen overnight. Guys, it's going to be different for everyone. So that's what they're saying there. And then the last ring we have is we have joy. So this, they're telling me, is confirmation for those of you that weren't sure. They're showing me a collective of people going, Okay, now things are starting to make sense. So, and guys, I get that message every other week because everyone's on their different journey. So some of you are already making sense and you're going, I'm already past that. Okay, so this message may not resonate for you. Others of you are going, oh, now I see it. Some of you, what? Okay, hang on, guys. They're trying to tell me something about this girl in particular on the card with the light. Some of you are going internal. Okay, so I'm getting two different messages here. I'm getting some of you, your heart chakra is just now opening up, or your solar plexus rather, because the solar plexus is yellow. Some of you are starting to get yes or no answers from that. Take that how it resonates. Others of you have had some kind of mind movies, or you're doing some kind of internal work on a conscious level. So are some of you doing something different in your meditations? Or some of you saying, okay, this is where I feel like I'm needing to go, or I don't know how to pull this in. Or you're using your imagination to create on a physical reality, and you're starting to see it in the physical world. What is this image you're trying to give me? Some of you internally are just doing some work that is starting to they're showing me somebody walking, and they're just kind of like taking it one step at a time, but they're starting to see everything play out in a mental mind movie type of way. And you're starting to see, as the little nudges come in, you're starting to fit them in on like a puzzle in your subconscious. And now you're starting to actually see it play out in the real world, and you're starting to feel internally, well, this is going to happen in 2 months. This is going to happen, feels like in 3 months. So some of you are starting to put futuristic time and moving into the future. Some of you are with shaman abilities are starting to, from your higher self, see how it's going to play out for your physical self. Does that make sense? That's a message for someone. And they're saying not even as an orb of light. Some of you are seeing this internally, and you're starting to, with your shaman ability, see this. They're showing me even a group where there's one person that's standing out, that's seeing how things are going to play out for the group. Guys, take that how it resonates. Some of you are also doing some remote viewing, but in a different way. And I don't know what that means. Take it how it resonates. So guys, that's what I have for y'all today. This was going to be a 5-minute video. I think it's turned into a 20-minute video. So guys, take that how it resonates. They are speaking to you, and you are getting the messages, and you're all on the different, all of you are, I feel like this is going to resonate with more people than what I think it's going to. Because of this opening up and this birth. And there's 1 or 2 of you that are going to become elders very quickly. Yeah. Some of you are going to become elders very quickly, and maybe even start new kind of groups of your own in different ways. All right, guys. So that's what I've got for you. That is that was for the Lightworkers energy and share your voice, and how you're seeing the energies and stuff. Guys, this was going to turn into a 5-minute thing, and they said no, it's longer. All right, guys. This is for the collective. This is definitely an angel and ancestor message. And this is a Lightworker message. Share your voice. They're talking to you guys, and you're seeing it. Lighthouse.